Good evening, guys. Archam here from Adam Renovations. I hope your day was amazing because mine definitely was. Let's talk about another subject, which is building control and what are they all about. So, wouldn't it be amazing if there was a service where you had a well educated and an experienced individual making inspections on your behalf to make sure the job is being done correctly? Well, there is one. Not only this is a compulsory for some projects, but you are obliged to inquire about this prior to commencement on site, failing which might complicate things and delay the progress. The building control has been put in place to make sure that the methods used are within certain regulations that comply with most up-to-date techniques and materials available on the market. There are specific stages that they are most interested in, where the compounded effect might lead to inadequate results if instructions and guidelines are not followed through. It's important to note that legally, you as a customer are responsible for the liaison with inspectors unless these tasks have been taken off your hands by a contractor or project manager. You need to make sure this is specified in your contract, so it could be JCT or REBA or any other one. Do you need the involvement of building control in every project? In most cases, the answer will be yes, unless the works you intend to carry out are related to a simple renovation without having to do any structural alterations, rewiring, or gas works. A simple bathroom refit and kitchen installation can also be fitted without the watchful eye of an inspector. All you really need here is a trusted supplier to do a quality job. The benefits you reap from having a building control inspector, or BCI for short, are plentiful. All works are done in accordance with building standards. Any mistakes are pointed out early on, which then need to be rectified before the next step can be undertaken. Electrical and mechanical works must be certified by a relevant person. So that would be a NIC, EIC electrician or gas safe engineer. Materials used are thoroughly checked, therefore reducing the risk of any cut corners. Items of high importance, such as steel structure, is closely monitored. Drawings checked and queries raised beforehand. Let's look at stages you'd normally expect the building control inspector to visit the site. So number one, pre-commencement of works. This is not every time, but some do want to see the site before anything happens. Number two, completion of demolition and trenches for foundations. It can be accompanied by a drainage completion as well. So sometimes it's separate, sometimes it's together with the foundations. Number four, if we say that drainage is separate. Number four, damp-proof course or DPC. So that's the first rows of brickwork or blockwork. Then number five, steel structure finalization. So they will check all connections and make sure that the steels are correct and the fireproof paint has been applied and everything of the sort. Number six, structure, roof structure and insulation. So that will be thoroughly checked because it's a very important one. Number seven, the internals are not checked as rigorously as the key stages from 1 to 6, with the main concern having to check electrics and gas works. So what that means is that they're not going to check tiling, flooring, painting, plastering, things like that. So they look after the important stuff that can go wrong. Number 8, final survey on completion of all works, where you will be sent a certificate if the project was a success and completed within building control standards. Next thing to mention would be that there is a choice of building control available, local control from the council or private control from the specialist companies. So what is the difference between the two? First one would be the cost, with private one being more expensive, but not by much. Second is service, with private control doing a much better job that benefits everyone involved. Lastly would be attitude and perspective, where private building control easily surpasses their competition by miles. And overall, the scorecards are clear and our vote goes to the specialist. What happens if somehow you forgot to employ a suitable body for the project? Is this the end? Well, thankfully, no. A procedure called regularization has been introduced, which covers this kind of scenario, but it comes at a higher fee and you are likely to be asked to open up walls, floors, and other areas for the building control inspector to make their assessment and inspection of the completed works. If everything is within the norm, all you need to do is fix up and you're good to go. The other outcome might be more complicated, as some works might be requested to be done again, which may cost you thousands of pounds. So make sure this doesn't happen to you and do your research, employ someone early on and follow the procedure. It goes without saying that you must preserve a good relationship with your inspector, as he can make your life a living hell if your builder makes a mistake. Small things such as offering a coffee and keeping a friendly approach will help you achieve this. They are the authority and you need to make sure they feel it that way. Provided that everything went well and there are no outstanding issues to be resolved, the building control inspector would do one final attendance before signing off the job and sending a relevant certificate to your home address. That's all from me, guys. More videos to follow soon, so stay tuned and I will talk to you very soon. Thank you.